In this video, I will explain how you can add a calculated column in Graphical Analysis version 4.10. So I'm going to do a manual entry of data, and for my variable x, I'm going to use the numbers 1 through 6, and then for the function y, I will use the numbers 2, 8, 18, 32, 50, and 72. And let's say that I don't want to see a graph of y versus x. In this case, if I want to find out what kind of a graph these fit into, then I can go to this icon in the lower left corner and click on that, and it gives me this list, and I use the apply curve fit, and it will automatically choose always linear, but you can change it. And let's say if I use quadratic, you can see that this gives me the graph for my x and y values that actually fit perfectly into a quadratic graph. But let's say that I want to turn this quadratic graph into a linear graph. So that means I don't want y versus x, I want y versus x squared. And that means I'm going to need to have a new column that's not x, but is actually x squared, and I don't want to use my calculator to square x and then enter these data as such. So I want to actually create a calculated column. So next to the x, there are 3 dots, and when you click on these 3 dots, it gives you a few column options, and one of those is add a calculated column. You can do it manually, but there are a few functions available in Graphical Analysis, and you can take advantage of those. So as I click on add calculated column, I'm going to call my calculated column x squared, and this version of Graphical Analysis does not give you the option to use superscript, so I'll have to use the caret symbol to show that this is the squared of x. And when I go to expression, the mathematical expression, I will click on insert expression, and I'm going to use the very top one, which is a number multiplied by x raised to a power of some number, and it lets me put in what these numbers are. So I'm going to leave 1 as the number in front of x, and I will change the power of x to 2 because I want x squared, and then I'll click apply. And so now, of course, I have my new column. You can see that these are the square of the data. If you want to change how many significant figures, you can actually go to your column option and choose how many sig figs you want. So let's say I want it to be none, because I know these are all integers. And I still have my y versus x graph showing, but I want instead to have x squared on the horizontal axis. So when I click on the x beneath the horizontal axis, it gives me other options to choose from for my horizontal axis, and I'll choose the square function that I've already introduced into a new column. And notice how, of course, now it will make my graph linear, because now it's the relationship between y and the square of x, and that's a direct 1-to-1 relationship, as you can see in the table. It's actually, if we fit our data and it gives us the linear fits that I'm going to accept and apply, you'll see that the slope is 2, and that's because y is twice the numbers in the x squared column. So I hope you find this video helpful, and if you have any questions, please include those in the comments below.